for the European Talent Cup race.
From pole, it's Carlos Cano alongside Lucas and Fernando Bujosa. Row 2, it's Ramadipa, Osorio and championship leader Longarella. On row 3, it's Marolanda, Borg and Tines. On row 4, Perez, Miroslavov and Almeida, Crajovil, Rodriguez and Galan behind them on row 5. And on row 6, Sanchez, Gutierrez and Tamburini. On row 7, Matsudaira, Savino and Kubeles. Row 8, Nativi, Karpushin and Boxberger. Row 9, San Juan, Gabrini and Borelli. Here we're very much entering into the territory of those sanctioned with back of the grid penalties. On row 10, Pio, Rouge and Perluzzo.
We are ready to go then. We're just waiting for the flag, the red flag to go, and he does. Keep an eye on the number 1. Left of the screen, Carlos Cano starting from pole position. Eyes on the lights though. The reds are rising and we are about to get underway, and we are underway for the European Talent Cup race. And Carlos Cano goes straight in the middle, but brilliant start for Fernando Bujosa. Oh, that's a big crash at the back of the grid. I'm not sure who that is. Hopefully it's okay. That's a big crash. But Bujosa has taken the lead here and Carlos Cano is in second position. Big crash at the start, but let's focus on the action at the front. Carlos Cano has dropped from pole position into second. Fernando Bujosa leading. Brilliant stuff from Bujosa. Alvaro Lucas is very much in contention as well.
Yeah, Bujosa here really starting as he means to go on.
Yeah, are we?
And then we do have the red flag there confirmed.
Red flag has come out. Red flag has come out, and rightly so.
Seeing that.
Rightly so.
We'll hope the rider involved is okay. We'll confirm exactly what happened as well as quickly as we can.
Yeah, we will bring you the latest updates as soon as we know, but obviously safety is paramount.
Adrenaline is coursing through your veins and you're only thinking about crossing that finish line as high as possible, and if it's on the podium even better, and if it's first, best of all.
Yeah, here we see some of the marshals.
There we can see our front row. The riders are ready.
So it is Carlos Cano launching from pole position, but Fernando Bujosa will be looking to repeat the trick. Will lightning strike twice here in Aragon, and will the 69 of Bujosa get ahead of the number 1 for the whole shot, or will we see another rider come to the fore? We are racing in the European Talent Cup in Aragon, and the riders are away, and it is going to be Alvaro Lucas, I think, who gets the best start of the lot. Yes, it is, but Bujosa's got the inside line, and Cano has had a miserable start. He's down into 4th position. There's another rider who's after sneaking into 6th. Is it Eneko Osorio? Has shot up to 2nd from the 2nd row. Brilliant start from Osorio, but a miserable start for Carlos Cano, who has shuffled down the pecking order, but he's quickly back ahead of Bujosa, and he's running in 3rd position. Thankfully, all the riders are away safely this time.
Yeah, what a wonderful start from Alvaro Lucas there. He really took advantage of the fact that our pole sitter kind of wasn't able to get away as well as he wanted. It now looks like he's dropped down to 4th. However, briefly, as Bujosa gets ahead of him, yeah, the two rivals in the championship, rivals on the track right now, as Eneko looks to get ahead there, trying to make a move on Alvaro Lucas, unable to do so, but this is very tight as we come down the reverse corkscrew.
Yeah, absolutely dream start for Eneko Osorio. We asked if he could back up his qualifying performance. He absolutely can. That seems to be the message he's sending out, because he's about to go for the lead ahead of Alvaro Lucas. Will he get in front?
Look at Bujosa
They're 4
there.
abreast. It's going to be, well, Eneko Osorio is going to be relegated to 4th position here, I think. Cano has run it wide, but Bujosa has taken the lead. They went 4 abreast there into turn 12, and it's Bujosa who has come out on top ahead of Lucas with Cano, and then I think that's Kiandra Ramadipa has just gone a little bit wide into turn 14.
Yeah, absolutely sensational there from Bujosa. We just saw a 2-in-1 overtake there to claim the lead, to claim P1. He's just ahead of Alvaro Lucas now, who also is using that slipstream to try and get as much speed as possible as we head into turn 16.
Yeah, Bujosa leading here, but Eneko Osorio is having a little look up the inside. He's running in P3, but Alvaro Lucas shuts the door in front of his face, and Osorio now has the wider line. Will he get the better drive going out onto the front straight? But Bohosa doing brilliantly to lead this race. Will he lead
Oh.
going into turn 1? It certainly doesn't look like it because Eneko Osorio has pulled out wide, but as has
little moment
Lucas,
there.
as Osorio has a moment. So Bohosa has dropped to 3rd position, and Alvaro Lucas now in the lead. Carlos Cano is 4th, championship leader. Alex Longarella is 5th. Kiandra Ramadipa leads. Travis Borg and Finn Kratochwil, Mateo Marlanda and Izan Rodriguez complete the top 10 as things stand. And there you have confirmation. Kiandra Ramadipa can now serve his long lap penalty. Keep an eye on the number 32. The long lap penalty loop is just coming up here. This is turn 7. Long lap penalty loop is at after turn 9. Will Ramadipa peel out to try and serve it? But it's all chopping and changing in this battle here. Ramadipa has moved into 3rd position with Bohosa in 2nd. Alvaro Lucas leading the way. Ramadipa does come out,
He's going in, So it's tremendously unfair to say keep an eye on a rider, in particular in an ETC race, when it's chopping and changing like this. I mean,
yeah, Ramadipa, let's see where that. He was riding in 3rd, 4th position going into that. I think he has slotted quite far back now.
Yeah, he's dropping down the
That is
timing
into
screen.
15th position. Well, that was a costly long lap penalty, and he didn't have the cleanest time around it, but he got through it, doesn't need to repeat it. Back out front, it's Bohosa, who's going to lead over Carlos Cano as he makes his move on Alvaro Lucas. Lucas being relegated into 3rd position, and Eneko Osorio still very much in the conversation, as are Alex Longarella and Travis Borg. But Bohosa has now got a little bit of ground to run ahead of him, as Alvaro Lucas is looking to respond on Carlos Cano on this long front straight. So Bohosa is leading, but will he lead over the line as he come around the double left-hander, the long sweeping left-hander? It's Cano in 2nd, ahead of Alvaro Lucas, and Osorio in 4th position. We saw it all chop and change last time around. Leading over the line, it's going to be Bohosa, I think, but look how tight it is getting. It is very close. Alvaro Lucas has got the inside line. Is he going to make it stick? He will for 2nd, but Carlos Cano takes the lead.
That's exactly the kind of thing that we were talking about earlier when we mentioned slipstream, when you come off that back straight. And just incidentally, we have seen confirmation there of double long lap penalties for Travis Borg and San Juan there, so they'll have to be aware of that as well.
Yeah.
As Cano hits the lead, I think, here briefly. Yep, it's Cano in the lead. Karpushin with a new best race lap as well.
Yeah, Yaroslav Karpushin was slapped with a long lap penalty, but do you know, or with the back of the grid start, I should say. But do you know where he is, Connor? He's in 9th position. He is Karpushin his way up through the field, and that is how you slip it into.
No, wonderful, wonderful, well done. A master at work.
I know. Carlos Cano then leading, but yeah, keep an eye on Yaroslav Karpushin, because he did start at the back of the grid. He's got a habit of doing this in 2025. Doesn't need the Kiarostami rider, starting deep on the grid but pushing his way into podium potential. So the number 70, he's just in between Finn Kratochwil and Izan Rodriguez, and he's moved ahead of Kratochwil now. He's behind Marolanda, 1.4 seconds off the lead as Cano runs it a little bit wide and onto the green there.
Yeah, and he's just had his fastest sector 2 as well, so if he can keep improving his pace, then he's definitely one to watch.
Yeah, with all this chopping and changing out front, Cano now has led for a couple of sectors, but the race hasn't settled down into a rhythm, the rhythm being that there's chopping and changing, so that is going to bring riders further back into it. Like, I mean, you can see the wide shot here. How many riders is that, Connor, in this podium battle?
5, 6,
There's
7,
very
8,
little
9,
to
10, 11,
separate them. But Bohosa then takes the lead.
13, with a quick observation.
13, you say? Kiandra Ramadipa at the
Ramadipa's
back.
the last one, yeah. But then even the gap between him and the rider behind, Antoine Latifi, isn't that much. I think it's just maybe 0.3 of a second. And Karpushin up into 6th.
There he is, the number 70. There he is. So he's very much in contention, but Cano now has a couple bike lengths to Longarella and Bohosa. Longarella now is getting involved at the fight at the front. He's into 2nd position. Bohosa trying to hang it on the outside, going around turn 3, but not working for him. So Eneko Osorio is also still in this fight, but it's Bohosa, it's Cano, it's Lucas and Longarella. The 4 main protagonists, I'd say, of the 2025 campaign are doing their business. They are being joined by a couple of other riders like Eneko Osorio, Mateo Marolanda. Who else is in there? The number 92 of Travis Borg. Doesn't seem he has served any of his penalties yet.
No, you would imagine that they would have quite a significant impact at this point. on where he's running. That said, though, Ramadipa, who had already gone through the long lap penalty loop, now running in 12th. He was briefly 11th after being dropped back in 15th. So there's still time, there's still room to advance through the field.
Antoine Nativi, as you saw there, the first rider into the 2:01s. So brilliant stuff from the French rider. He is back in 13th, another rider who started at the back of the grid. Real disappointing, actually, because I think Nativi qualified on the second or third row before he was slapped with a penalty that saw him start further back. So a case of what could have been for the French rider.
There's a bit of a gap opening up between these leading 4 riders as well now. That will be exactly what Cano wants.
Well, let's see if this gap remains, because we're coming on to the back straight. So slipstream should play an effect, and every time we've seen riders try and make a move around 16 and 17. Will we see the same again? And we will indeed, because Alex Longarella goes up the inside of Bohosa, but he's not going to be close enough to Cano to disrupt the reigning champion. However, Bohosa now will line up a move into turn 1, you would have to imagine. Go, go, go. 4 laps to go. Here we go, 3 abreast. Longarella has seized the lead. Bohosa is making that move into turn 1, but Cano has dropped back and is going to have that inside line, but on the right-hander, it's going to favour Bohosa and Longarella.
Yeah, it does look like that. Cano doing everything to try and get back ahead. I mean, that gap that I mentioned is just non-existent now. There's a matter of centimetres between this leading 4, and they are doing battle like the best.
Yeah, so it's Bohosa and Longarella going toe-to-toe out front. Bohosa now seizes the lead off the championship leader, but you can just imagine this is all going to change. And let's have a little look at who's in 5th place. Conor Doherty. Why, it's Yaroslav Karpushin all the way from the back of the grid. He's doing it again. He's done it before. He did it in Jerez. He's doing it again from the back of the grid into podium contention. He crashed out in Jerez, one of the races, and I have to remind myself if he actually finished on the podium in the other one. But it is brilliant, brilliant stuff from the Kyrgyzstani rider.
Yeah, he's no stranger to the podium now, having done so earlier this season. His maiden European Talent Cup pole, and now he's hungry for more. He's looking to build on it, and he's showing such incredible pace here in Aragon. He's going to have his work cut out with these riders ahead of him, though.
Yeah, 4 has become 5 with Eneko Osorio leading that group in 6th place, but Osorio is quite close as well. There's only a few tenths of a second, but there are a few bike lengths. Let's see how much of an advantage this lead group will have coming over the line once again.
Well, there goes Longarella.
Longarella has made his move for the lead, but will he lead over the line? This is all crucial information for these riders as well. Do they want to be in the leading position coming around this corner? Because Bohosa, a couple laps ago, led over the line when he led out of the final corner. But there was changing and chopping and changing. Longarella does indeed lead over the line. So it looks like if you're leading going in to turn 17 and even perhaps turn 16, it might be enough for the victory here. Turn 1 though, as we have every single time so far, seen some changes. Bohosa makes that attack up the inside, but Longarella responds, and Bohosa's just out of the seat, not once but twice.
Yeah.
But Carlos Cano has pounced. And number 92, yeah, we noticed it that Travis Borg had a double long lap penalty, but we noticed he was also still in contention in this top 10 group, but he's been given a ride through penalty. He's ignored the long lap penalty. So maximum punishment for the Maltese rider.
Yeah, you have to wonder why he didn't go through that loop. He had a double long lap, if I'm not mistaken, as Cano hits the lead briefly. Alvaro Lucas isn't going to allow him to stay there comfortably for long, though, as we come down the corkscrew here. It is Cano as we go into turn 10, Marc Marquez corner.
Yeah, Cano leading the way here. So Alvaro Lucas jumping up into 2nd position as Fernando Bohosa and Alex Longarella continue to apply the pressure. Yaroslav Karpushin's got himself into this lead group, but we haven't seen him make too many moves, but he's just made one there into turn 12 in front of the iconic Aragon wall, and he's moved up into 4th position at the expense of the championship leader, number 45, Longarella. Karpushin then is really motoring here. Will he make a move coming down this back straight? You would have to imagine he will fancy it because he's got Alvaro Lucas in. He's in the slipstream of Alvaro Lucas here. Will he get the opportunity to make a move up the inside coming through turn 16
very,
and
very
17?
close there.
So Cano and Bujosa go side by side. Bujosa has got his nose in front ever so slightly, but it's Alex Longarella.
Yeah,
Where's Alex Longarella come from? He has come from nowhere
come from
to lead this race. Brilliant stuff from the championship leader, but Cano looking to respond immediately. So once again, Longarella leads over the line, but only after making a last-ditch move at turn 16. So that seems to be the key move for Longarella. Get in front at turn 16.
Yeah, that's going to prove
Bujosa's key move. Once again,
key.
Bujosa makes a move at turn 1, but he is not leading coming over those final corners. So it is a question: do you want to be leading coming out of turn 15 and onto that back straight? It seems if you're leading, it might be to your detriment.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be incredibly intelligent here. It's an elaborate game of chess putting everything together here for these riders in the ETC with the slipstream and all of the different variables that they've got to keep in mind. It's going to be so difficult to call this one because any of these riders is capable of making the move at the right time. We're just going to have to see who is able to deliver. And as you mentioned, turn 16 looks like it could prove absolutely vital.
Yeah, plenty of fireworks left in this one. We've been focused on the top 5 for some time now as we look at Travis Borg, who's got a ride-through penalty coming his way. At this stage, you would imagine he probably isn't going to take it, and we'll just have to deal with the consequences post-race. Bujosa then leading Cano over Longarella coming through turn 12. So once again, let's watch and see what the strategies are here. It's going to be Bujosa leading coming onto the back straight. Will Cano dive up the inside? Karpushin and Longarella going side by side just behind him in the battle for P3. Alvaro Lucas keeping his powder dry as well. But plenty of fireworks left in this one as we have just over 1 lap remaining. It's Bujosa over Cano over Longarella, and Longarella is now making that move we've seen him do on a number of occasions over the last couple of laps to look for the inside line at turn 16 as Cano does take the lead. Longarella's got that inside line. Bujosa's down into 3rd position. But it's Karpushin who fires it up the inside of 1, 2, 3 riders. Karpushin, brilliant. He's going to lead over the line coming on to the last lap, but they go side by side. Or he might not lead over the line. He didn't get the drive out the corner, and that could prove crucial. Brilliant stuff. It's going to be Cano, Bujosa, Longarella into turn 1. Karpushin all of a sudden is back down into 5th position at the expense. But Alvaro Lucas moving into 4th at the Kyrgyzstani riders' expense. So it is, as you say, a high-speed chess match here. We've seen a number of strategies adopted at that last corner. Karpushin taking 3 riders in turn 16. A desperate lunge up the inside, but he did not lead over the line. The 2 times Longarella led over the line, he took the tight turn 16 line and managed to keep it and get the drive out. So that seems to be the move to go for here. But we've only got, what, about 10 corners remaining as we come through turn 7 into the reverse corkscrew, and it's 3 abreast. You can't do that at the reverse corkscrew, lads.
Oh, this is absolutely incredible racing from these riders. They're demonstrating their intelligence. Who's going to be the rider to declare checkmate? It could be at any point here as we go into the final 2 sectors. We're approaching turn 12. Is anyone going to make a move here?
Yeah, you saw Emilio Alzamora and his team, the 72 Artbox team, nervously watching on as Carlos Cano looked for victory. He's riding in 3rd position. It's the championship leader, Alex Longarella, who has the advantage. Through turn 14 we go with the all-important turn 15 and back straight coming up. So it's Alex Longarella who is leading on the back straight. Bujosa in 2nd, Cano in 3rd, 46 Alvaro Lucas in 4th, with Karpushin just behind in 5th. Longarella holds the advantage, but for how long? Here we go, the all-pivotal moment of the race. Cano
look at Cano, look at Cano. He's putting himself
the inside line, and Cano is going to take the lead here, isn't he? Bujosa is in 2nd. Lucas has got the inside line for 3rd, but Bujosa fights back, gets the cut back, and Bujosa is going to lead out to the final corner, and it looks like he's going to lead over the line. Brilliant stuff from Fernando Bujosa. A race winner again. It's Cano in 2nd, and Karpushin pinches 3rd from Alvaro Lucas, I should say, and Alex Longarella, the championship leader, is in 5th. And now we can catch our breath, Conor.
Now breathe for a moment, because that was absolutely sensational. I think we have to say it wasn't just the last lap, it was the last lap and a half, because once again, turn 16 going into that last lap was absolutely vital. And then we saw again how Bujosa dealt with that problem. He put all of his pieces in the right position. And what did he declare, Chris?
checkmate, I believe.
Absolutely. He was so intelligent. What an inspired ride from Fernando Bujosa.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Superb, superb ride. That's 2 victories in a row. And I believe it makes him the new championship leader, but we'll have confirmation of that short.